All right, folks. We're doing Rainbow. We're continuing with Rainbow. We're going long live rock and roll for this one. This was Ronnie James Dio's last album with Rainbow. Then he went solo. No, sorry, my apologies. He didn't go solo. He went to Black Sabbath. Then from Black Sabbath, he went solo. I am actually glad. Okay, so I'm glad that Rainbow had multiple vocalists over the years. I am upset that that may be one of the reasons why Rainbow doesn't quite get the traction they deserve, especially considering when they switch vocalists, man, they switch vocalists. Totally different vocal style itself. But we're not going to get into that until the next album. And I am doing a bunch of Rainbow albums. The plan is to cover all of Rainbow. I don't know if I'm going to get them all done in a row because as of right now, I am missing Rainbow on stage and I'm missing, what is it, Hit Between the Eyes? Oh, Straight Between the Eyes. Okay. So I'm missing Straight Between the Eyes and I'm missing On Stage. The plan is to get my hands on those ASAP, but I don't know if I will get my hands on them in time for the order that these are coming out in. So if I don't, I don't, which is why you're watching this one instead of watching Rainbow on stage right now. Okay. All right, let's get into this. Interestingly enough, this came out the same year that Black Sabbath released Never Say Die with Ozzy, so that gives you an idea of when the switching was happening, stuff like that. This is by far a much better album than Never Say Die was. I mean, I love Black Sabbath. I enjoy the Never Say Die album, but let me tell you, man, it ain't got shit on this album. This is where it's at. Okay. This album, I'm going to say it up front, it is not a perfect 10. It is not as good as Rainbow Rising was. It's not as good as Rainbow is. And I blame one of the longer songs on this album for being the problem, which happens to be the last song on this album. All right, first off, the album opens up with the title track, Long Live Rock and Roll. This is a complete rocker. Oh my God, man. I love this song. It just opens the album up perfectly. Then we get to Lady of the Lake. Lady of the Lake is interesting. It clocks in at 3 minutes, 37 seconds, but it's one of those songs that has one of those vibes that feels longer than what it really is. So you kind of can appreciate it a little bit more, and it really kind of, but not dragging out. It just feels that way. Really well written. LA Connection. Yeah. This is another good rocker. LA Connection. Oh yeah, just title says it all, man. The LA Connection. Gates of Babylon. Okay, so this one's a real surpriser because you're sitting there and it's just like, holy damn, this is a good song. Listen to the riffs on this, man. Like the core riff that gets going. Oh, love Gates of Babylon, man. And it's got like a great Middle Eastern kind of motif to it and vibe to it. Oh, cherry. Oh, Gates of Babylon has got to be by far one of my favorite Rainbow songs. Just amazing tune. And from Gates of Babylon, you go straight into Kill the King, which is another great Rainbow tune, man. Great blistering riff on it, just thundering through. Oh, and the keyboard work, man. Whew. I mentioned the keyboards, but I don't talk about them a lot. The keyboard work on Kill the King, man. Oh, nice, man. Really nice. Then we hit The Shed, in brackets subtle. And this is the first time I've stumbled across a Rainbow song that I will honestly say, meh, it fills out the album. I know people are going to disagree with me, but to me, it wasn't overly memorable. And then, not to say it's a bad song, let me be very clear. When I say not overly memorable, we're talking like still better than what most bands are releasing these days, Sensitive to Light was a decent tune, but once again, it's just a track when the album's playing. Great. When the album's not playing, I don't think about it. And then the album finishes with Rainbow Eyes. Rainbow Eyes kind of kills the album for me. I don't like Rainbow Eyes. I've never liked Rainbow Eyes since the first time I've heard it. I think it's one of those Dio songs that I think is highly overrated. Not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying it's overrated. It's too Dio to me. Like there are other songs from Dio that have that vibe to it. Like you just know when a song's a little when Dio's had a little too much involvement in the song. And that's just to me. That's kind of what this one feels like. It's just a little too much Dio. A lot of the problem I had with the Black Sabbath Dehumanizer album was just a little too much Dio. Not enough of the band working on that one. Once again, Martin Birch produced album. You can tell because it's all beautifully put together. It all sounds great. And I haven't talked about the band members on any of the albums, but I want to be very clear. This particular one, you have Richie Blackmore on guitar doing some bass work as well. You have Ronnie James Dio doing vocals, obviously. Cozy Powell on drums, man. Bob Daisley on bass. And David Stone on keyboards. David Stone is the only name that is not in my house, basically classified as a household name. Cozy Powell would not be an entirely household name in my house, but I'm a drummer, so I know who the hell Cozy Powell is. And most people in my house that know music, like know the back catalogs of that, know who Cozy Powell is and know that that's something. I would recommend this album. Even though the last 3 songs I kind of brush off. And really, for me, this album does kind of finish at Kill the King. I'd still say you gotta own this album, man. There are people that are going to very much like Rainbow Eyes. I don't. It's not my type of song, but other people are going to love Rainbow Eyes. The Shed and Sensitive Delight, I don't know how many people are going to argue and fight for those songs saying that I'm wrong and they're big standouts and that they're better than, say, Lady of the Lake or LA Connection. I'm sure there's going to be a couple people out there that'll do it, but not too many. And if you are one of those people, please, that's what the comment section's for. I'd really like to hear your take on those. Why you honestly think that those songs are so good, and why I definitely got to give them, more love than I'm giving them. But outside of that, Long Live Rock and Roll is a killer rock song. It just really is. Lady of the Lake follows that up beautifully, and it has that Dio storytelling that, those people are going to want in there without the music being sacrificed, which to me sometimes is what happens. You got to have Blackmore for those riffs, man. LA Connection, like I said, good fun song. And Gates of Babylon, man, that's just cherry song. Cherry. On this album, Gates of Babylon is definitely my favorite. Kill the King follows that up. And then probably Long Live Rock and Roll as number 3. Anyways, folks, I'm going to leave this one here. Once again, if you came into my Dio reviews, if you want to know why I'm doing these the way I am, go back, watch the review for Rainbow Rising. I recorded the review for Richie Blackmore's Rainbow forever ago. That was back in the 100s for my review. We're in the 600s now. Closer to 200, but when I did it. Go back, check that one out just so you can see it there. Otherwise, folks, hit the like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. I really would love to hit 200 subscribers before the end of the year this year. That is my goal. Hopefully it happens. Come on, help me out. Hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, check out the links below if I didn't say that. Peace, love, take care.